Okay, so today's video is a little bit different, and this video is basically 28 things I could tell to my younger self if I could, if I go back in time travel and tell myself these things. And I do believe in the philosophy, like, you know, no regrets. You know, you did the best you could with what you knew, and also you're always learning and growing. And I don't know everything right now. Like, I think I know more than I did when I was maybe 16, 15, 18, 20, but I don't know everything. I'm still learning and growing. But I mean, if I could, if time traveling was invented in this upcoming years, I mean, I wouldn't mind telling these things to myself. Or if you are young viewer, these are some of the things that I wish I can give my advice, like as a big sister sort of thing. I'm 28, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, let's begin, okay? So my first one is patience. You don't need to have everything perfect. So what I mean is, when I was young, I wanted things to just be perfect and already together, and just I wanted things to come together, like have it together before I can go ahead and do certain things. Like, I'll give an example. Like, I wish like I had you know, like once I do this, I'll be able to get this. But I realized that I need to just be peace and happy with how things are, and those things will come together. And so I was just always just trying to just be like, this needs to be together, it needs to be perfect. Like, for example, going to school or something, I'm like, okay, well, I need to get good grades, I need to work, I need to get my work experience, I need to do this and this and this. And yes, those things are important, but I also wish that I didn't stress myself out so much and made like I need to have it all together at such a young age, that I just take the time to just develop myself and just enjoy the journey. So I wish I just would have been patient. Like, for example, like I was in a rush to just finish high school. Like, I wanted to finish, I actually finished high school 1 year earlier. I sped through courses, I took summer courses, but and I was just eager to even finish college. I was just like, I'm rushing because I want to work, I want to do this, I want to do that. But I wish I just had more patience. So that's the thing, when you're young, is just be easy on yourself. Second thing is trust your instinct. This is really key. It's like that little pit or that voice inside your head that you think like, oh, like, where is this coming from? And it's obviously good to listen to other people as well, because sometimes you might not know everything, and it's good to listen to other people as well. But I think anytime that I feel like, oh, like I actually like I knew this was gonna happen, or oh, this is why is this, because I should have believed it. You know, your head or your brain or your heart might say different things because you want something to be a certain way, or you expect or you want things to be a different way. But realistically, your gut, you have to listen to your gut. Sometimes the world be like, this is stupid, but your gut's like, no, this is great. Or you think something's great and your gut's like, So I would say listen to my gut instinct more. And I wish I had the courage more to just say what I felt, you know. A lot of the times I was just trying to please, you know, my family, my friends, or, you know, society. But I wish I just would have just followed my instinct. I think that would have helped a lot, and I think I would probably be in a different place, time. But I'm quite happy. But that's an advice that I would give to anybody, is just trust your instinct. Okay. Third is review your decisions. Review. Okay. So when you're 18, you know, you're deciding like what career you want to go into. And a lot of the times, you know, you might do it because, oh, this is a growing industry, like going into tech, or you want to make money, you want to do this, or your family, or whatever, like expectations. But at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to have to do those things, and you're going to have to do day-to-day thing. So you got to do what's right for you and what makes you happy and what do you expect from yourself. So a lot of the times when I made decisions at that age, and it still impacts me to this day, I did it just to, you know, please whatever that external thing is. And I think that those decisions, they're big. Like, for example, like you're battling between, I want to go to like sports media, or should I become I don't know, a lawyer, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna be a lawyer. But I feel like once you do that, like, you know, you go to college, you do that, and you invest so much time, unless, you know, you have a lot of money and you're well off. A lot of people don't have that options, you know, when you're older and you're like, oh man, I wish I went into sports media because that's really what I enjoy and that's my passion, and law is not my passion right now, and law is never was my passion. And, you know, once you made that decision to go into law and you spend all that money and tuition and all of that energy, it's kind of hard. It's a lot more difficult to go back. So I think when you're making a decision at a young age, like especially like 17, 18, 20, like it's sad to say, because when you're 18, oh, the lighting, hello. When you're 18, you don't know much. Like, honestly, I a lot of the stuff I did learn, I didn't even learn it in school. So it's hard when you're 18 because you don't know everything and you think you're making the best decision, but you have to review. At that young age, I would tell myself, review, because once you make a decision, because I did go to school and I chose a different specific path, and now I'm working, you know, I'm working in that industry, and am I happy? I mean, I'm okay, I can't complain, I would never complain, but it is something, you know, when I decided to go into that field, like now I'm here, and my time, my energy is consumed by that. So it's very important to review your decisions, whatever you make, because unfortunately they do last a long time. But here's the good news, you're not a rock, you're not a tree, you can move, and if you're not happy, you can always change and, you know, follow what you want to do. But I will say that it's a little bit difficult, and you'll save yourself a little bit of a painstake if you make the right decision. This goes for everything, with relationships, with everything, whether you choose to do certain things with your life, whether good habits, bad habits, whatever it is, you know, review, because it will impact your future. So I would tell my younger self is just, you know, don't just review from inside the box, review from outside the box, you know. Really just think, and don't just do it because, you know, just you want to get it done. Just take your time and review pros and cons, and that goes for everything, whether you're thinking of marrying, whether you're thinking of moving across the city or across countries, or you think you want to go to this school, or you want to start your own thing, or whatever you want to do. I would say review, and yeah. But, you know, you did the best you could. So, okay, my fourth advice, be smart with your money. This I cannot stress enough to young people. Like, honestly, like, I wish I had somebody who would have explained more, like somebody who's a little bit more younger and who could have advised me. Because when I first started working and I first started making my paychecks, you know, I was like, I was so happy, because I didn't grow up all like well off, you know, I didn't have like fancy nice things. So I started buying clothes and things and stuff, and let me tell you, I don't even use half of, probably even 80% of the things I bought. A lot of them I had to throw out. So I would say that be smart with your money. When you're young, save, invest your money. Don't waste your money. And I would say that that's the biggest advice. I know you want to enjoy life, and you know what better time than being a young person to enjoy. I think a lot of consumerism is also targeted toward young people, to be like, hey, go on this vacation, go on, do this and do that and do this. I don't regret any of, like, I went on a lot of trips and stuff when I was younger. I don't regret that, because those experiences are still in like my memories, and when I look back, I'm like, those are good times, so I don't regret that. I'm not saying don't like spend your money. You have to enjoy and reward yourself, but be smart with your money. And yeah, that's what I would say. And that goes for purchasing too. Like, I bought my first car and it got into a lot of problems and I had to spend more money, so you know, quality is very key. So I would say just be smart with your money. You might not be making a lot and you might have the perspective like, oh, I'll make more, and but you just never know, and you have to be smart with your money. Whatever little paycheck or part-time job or whatever you're doing, don't spend it unless it's gonna bring you true joy. Don't just, you know, just buy this. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, but just be smart, because a lot of the times I just bought things just for that instant and I didn't even use it, and that's, if you're gonna use it and enjoy it, then that's fine. So yeah, that would be what I would say. And when you get older, you know, it's funny that how money is kind of tied to freedom, and if you do, you know, save your money, be smart with your money, you'll have more opportunities to do things. And yeah, I think that that'll bring you more happiness and more peace and opportunities. And yeah, don't just waste your money on the first things that come, like I did. So yeah, don't do that. Don't go and buy everything from Amazon and everything you see. And yeah, a lot of them are not good quality. Okay, 5 is don't seek approval from outside. Okay, I'm still, you know, learning to do this with myself, but I think a lot of the time I seek like approval from friends, mostly friends, and you know, I wanted to fit in, to be, you know, best friends or whatever, I don't know. But I think that it hurt me and a lot in the long run. I think I found myself less happy. Your first focus should always be yourself. You can't help another person, you can't complete another person if you don't do that to yourself. So it starts with yourself and loving yourself first. So I think for me, I need to seek approval from myself. And now that I'm older, I don't care if somebody doesn't like me, you know. I don't care if I get a rejection. I think when I was really young, I was really trying to get approval from like these people or everybody. I was just trying to please everybody. But now I'm like, if somebody doesn't want me or somebody doesn't like me, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, because I am my own best friend, and I found peace and joy within myself. And a lot of young people, you know, that's the time you go to parties and you go to, you know, you have a lot more social life. And I will say that when you do get older, or specifically like my age, your social life does change a lot. Like a lot of the battles you're fighting with yourself. So be your best friend. And if somebody doesn't like you or care about you or give you the cold shoulder, that's their loss. You don't need to try harder. You just need to move on, and you just need to do your own thing. They don't matter. They really don't. You will know the people. There are people who are there for a reason. There are people there for a season. So yeah, start with loving yourself. And people who will add value to your life, they will, and the people who don't can just move on along, you know. All right. Oh, I'm talking a lot. Okay, my 6 is invest in yourself. Yes, so learn, like push yourself and challenge. You should focus on yourself. You know, like how can you improve yourself? You can't control outside, you can't control other people, but you can control what you do. You know, investing in yourself means taking care of your body, your health, your spirit, your mind, doing what's right for you, learning and growing and pushing yourself. And that's it. If you can, you always have to bet on yourself. And you know, like right now, I'll give you an example. If I can speak French, I'll tell you I'll be making a lot more money. But it's not just that. I'm just saying, like, always try to just self-improve, and you are your biggest asset. So take care of you. Okay, don't wait too long for something to get worse, because it will. Yeah, I'll give an example. So I was in a job, it was actually a lot. I learned a lot and I'm grateful, but I knew deep down like they weren't gonna promote me, they weren't gonna care about me, but I just still stuck around, and it got worser and worser. And I think that sometimes you expect things, like you have an optimistic view, and that's really good because things do change, and that's really good. But sometimes you just, you know, you see it that, okay, this is bad, maybe, like, what's gonna happen? It's gonna get worse. Or like if you're stuck in an unhappy relationship or unhappy place just in general, like, it's just gonna get worse, like, unless you do something about it. So I think don't wait for it to get worse, because it will. And so that's my advice, is just to, you know, it's kind of like that little red flag, you know, you see little red flags, don't ignore them, pay attention to that, because those red flags will turn into a hurricane, and then it will be a freaking storm, and everything's gonna get destroyed. So I would say just pay attention and don't ignore. And if things are bad, leave. Leave. And it's not always easy, but you just gotta try your best to make those decisions, tough decisions. Okay, number 8, do explore. It's important to explore outside the world, what it is, because sometimes you think you know what the world is really, what the world's like, but it turns out it's totally different. It's kind of like those high school TV shows or movies, and you think, oh, that's like what high school is, but when you actually get to high school, it's different. So I would say explore the outside world. You'll learn a lot, and also explore who you are. And you never know, like, you just don't know who you are, like what strengths and qualities you have, until you force yourself to do them. So I would say just explore. And when I look back and things that I pushed out of myself, out of comfort zone, and I did things, those are like the best memories. So explore, and if you make mistakes, it's okay, you still have time. And yeah, that's just my advice, is just to explore, and Dora the Explorer. Okay, stop trying to fit in, like stand out. I think a lot of young people do this, that where they don't want to cause commotions, they don't want to like be crazy, they just want to fit in. They want to fit in with their friends, they want to fit in with society. And successful people aren't fitting in, they're standing out. So I would say, you know, if you're different, embrace that. Embrace your difference, embrace how you think differently, how you act differently. Don't try to change yourself just to fit into people's whatever is, you know, fear of missing out. Stand out, be you. And I think even now, like for me, that I'm always just like, let me just stay in the background, let me just be quiet, let me just see how things happening. Like, anytime that I stood up for myself or spoke out, those are the moments I look back and I'm so proud of myself. Like, I wasn't scared, you know, I wasn't scared to be me, I wasn't scared to speak my truth. So stand out. We need more people in this world to stand out and, you know, not fit in. We want different, and we want you. We want the royal meets the real you. Take smart risks is my next one. When you're young, you still have time to like you know, you have a lot of time. I think when you get older, especially when you have a family and kids and stuff like that, you don't have that. You know, you have to look after other people, and you might not have that freedom to do as many risky things as you would like. So I think when you're young, you can make mistakes and learn from them and grow and even be better from it. Whether it's even starting a business or whatever it is, like, yeah, it might be risky, it might be scary, but even if you make mistakes, you'll learn from that. And that's why I say smart risks, you know, don't just be risky bisky, you know. You just gotta be smart about it, and I wish I took some of those smart risks, because I probably would be in a different situations if I did. And so that's my advice, is to take smart risks, because it's your future. And if you make mistakes, you'll learn and you grow and you become better from it. So yeah, and I always learn from things that I did differently, things that that, you know, people like, what? And I was proud of myself for doing those things. So 11, strategic with your life. Energy is limited. That's very true. Like, when you're young, you think you're like, what do you call it, like you're invisible, like nothing's gonna break you, you're gonna be strong forever. And I can tell you, at my age, I can feel myself becoming weaker. Like when I was younger, I could work 2 part-time jobs, or 3 at one point, and do this and do that, and I would still have more energy. But now, like, I'm getting older, I'm tired. But not just that, but your energy, your time is actually limited. So you have to be strategic with your life, like how you choose to spend your time, what you want to do. Because if you're just doing things just like whatever without a plan, that's where you're gonna end up, like, you're gonna end up not as successful, I would say. So I would say just be strategic. Be like, this is what I want to do, this. Kind of plan out what you want to do. And you know, plans change, that's okay. But you do want to think, like, what do I want to do? Do I want to go to this party, or do I want to spend more time in the gym? Or do I want to, you know, do I want to go to this party, or do I want to, you know, practice piano or practice basketball or whatever that you're doing, or do this? So I would say be strategic with your time, your energy, because some of it is really not worth it, and you much rather just use your time and your energy wisely. So be strategic with your time. Don't waste all of it binge watching and doing stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say like not to do it, because I do it still, but like, you gotta just be strategic. Like whatever that you want to do, your goals and your dreams, you gotta take steps towards it. You can't just be like, all right, I'm gonna go like rest in the sun and hope this happens. Like, no, like, you want to be a fashion designer, take some courses, like watch some runway shows, like I'm just saying, like, instead of, you know what I mean, like, so you gotta take strategic steps. I think I made that sense. Okay, number 12, not everyone will like you or even help you. This is true. I think when you're getting into the real world, you know, you think like, oh, this is like, you have a vision in your mind, but the realistic thing is 90% of the time, like, a lot of people won't even believe in yourself. That's why you gotta believe in you. A lot of people will not even like you or even understand you. And yeah, I mean, people, and it's not like people don't want to help you, it's because like they hate you or they're out to get you. It's more so that they might not even be on your mind. So they might not even know who you are, and that's okay. You just gotta, you know, keep going. And the people who will support you, and I'm telling you, there are people who will support you and care for you, and who will want you to succeed, you'll find them. But it won't be everybody. It will not be everybody. I don't know why, when I was like, you know, working and going to school, I thought like, oh, this professor, like, everything was jolly, y'all. I had professors who try to fail me and mess up my GDP, and they did. So there's haters in this world. and that's okay. Haters gonna hate, and you're just gonna keep doing your thing. So just accept it from the beginning that not everyone's gonna like you, and that's okay, because you're not being there's a saying like, you're not succeeding until you have enemies. I mean, I don't know if I completely agree with that, but it's true. Not everyone's gonna understand you or care about you, and that's okay. You just gotta do you. And the sooner you accept it, man, it's the best. So when you're going into there, don't expect the people to even care about you. I'm telling you, it'll be so much better. Okay, number 14. Oh, sorry. Okay, 13. Don't let anyone or yourself think that you're too young to do something. And this is something that I hate, especially because I have like a baby face and I'm a girl too, you know. A lot of the times, you know, when I was doing a job or I was trying to get promoted or I'm doing this, people are like, oh, you're too young, you have time, like, you know. And no, like, that's just an excuse that people use to block whatever you want to do, and you can't let that obstacle get in the way. And so that's like an advice I would say, is like, don't let them think that you're too young. If you're 18 and you want to start your own business and you know what steps you need to do and you're good, don't let somebody else think that you're too young to do something. Some of the most smartest, brilliant, hardworking people are young people, and a lot of the times people want to take things away from you because they're like saying you're too young. Well, it's like, oh, you're young, you don't need to do this. One of my favorite quotes is, baby shark is still a shark. Baby shark, but basically saying that it doesn't matter if you're a baby, you're who you are. If you're meant for doing something, you're gonna do it, and don't let anybody get in the way. Whether it's, you know, big goals. You want to run a concert and they're saying, hey, you can't do that, you're young. Like, no, you can do it. Like, so I wish that I would have not let people just kind of almost like bully me in a way, that where they're not allowing me to do certain things because they're like, you're too young, you can't do this. I think, you know, that goes for anybody, whether it's colorism or sexism. You know, people are like, you know what, this is better off if this person does it. Like, screw that. If that's the thing, you gotta prove yourself, and don't let them convince you otherwise. So, you know, when you're young, I would say that don't let people say certain things. Like, yes, listen to people and take into consideration, but you know, sometimes you gotta listen to yourself too. So that's what big thing is, like, you're not too young to do anything, and you're not too old to do anything either. Okay, number 14, understanding they can be wrong too. This is so big. You know, a lot of the times when I was trying to prove myself or do certain things, I thought, maybe I'm not good enough, or I'm doing it wrong, and this is why the result is this. But they can be wrong too, big time. And it's only when I changed my scenery and changed like my whole like situation, I realized, like, oh my god, they were literally just like scamming me. Like, they can be wrong too. So just understand that wherever you go to and they're telling you certain things, like a teacher who doesn't believe in you, like, they can be wrong too. So just, you know, always listen to yourself, listen to other people. It has to be a healthy balance. You can't just, some people can be wrong big time, and guess what, they're not gonna even say sorry. It's just gonna be your future, your life that's gonna be affected. So yeah, that's something I would give my younger self. Be aware of influence. A lot of the time when I was young, I was influenced by a lot of things, and I think I still am. But it's not that it's necessarily bad, but to be aware of it. Like, I'll give you an example, like that concert where a lot of people died. You know, a lot of that was like influence, like to act a certain way and to be in a certain situation. So, you know that like influences, I'm not saying it's a bad thing necessarily. It can be really great, but just know that that something can influence you, and know what it's bringing out of you and whether that's good or not. And if you see that that's not good, maybe you need to stop, get that thing out of your life. Because what I do now is I don't even listen to certain music, I don't even watch certain shows, or I don't even follow certain celebrities, because I realize like how it's making me feel, and I just don't like it. And the characteristics it's bringing out of me is not good. So I'm just like, nah, bro. So be aware of how you're being influenced, big time. Okay, what would make yourself proud is 17 is, you know, when you look back in your life, are you going to be proud that you worked hard and you were able to pass the test, or you were a good person and you helped this people or the situation? Or are you going to look back and be proud of the time you got drunk and you slept through your class? So I would say, you know, be proud of yourself. Like, do things that you would look back and be proud of yourself. And even if you make mistakes, just know that, like, I've done things that I'm like, oh, but I totally did that wrong, but I'm proud of myself for trying. So trying is the key. So I'm telling you, just always don't do things that necessarily feel good at that moment, or, you know, that's fun at that moment. You have to do things that you know that your future self will thank you, at least be proud of you for trying. So that's one thing. Okay, 17. Confidence will come. Don't wait. This is kind of relating to like my first message, where I think like I have to have it all together before certain things come. I think confidence really comes with experience and time. And your confidence doesn't have to be external either. It can be internal. And you have to do the work to heal yourself and to be strong and to just be confident in yourself. And you know, and you're never going to be an expert at anything. You know, you're not going to be expert at everything. Sorry, not anything, everything. But I think confidence will come. You know, I know you might be scared to do certain things, or, you know, you might think you're an imposter, or you think you're not good enough, but I'm like, if you go through it, like, the confidence will come. And before you know it, you know all your and everyone will come to you. So I think the confidence, it'll come. You don't, just be patient. It will come. And don't wait for something. Like, don't wait until you're confident. Like, you want to get a job, don't wait until you think you're the best and to do it. Like, just give it a shot, and once you do it, the confidence will come. That's my key. Number 18, don't be shy. Oh my gosh. Don't be shy to say what you want to say, what you think. We need innovators. We need people who think outside the box more in this world. And a lot of the time, even me, I am a little bit of an introvert side. So a lot of the times I'm just in my head. But I think not to be shy. And, you know, who cares what other people will think or say? Just put yourself out there, and you'll be proud that you did. So I would say, whatever it is, you know, just put yourself out there, and you'll be surprised at the people you inspire and the things that you get, the reactions, and how much you're helping. So shyness is don't let shyness get in the way of what you want to do and who you want to be and where you want to be. So that's the key. I think for me, I let a lot of my shyness take me, especially in high school too. I was really like a lot shy, and I wish I just wasn't as shy. I wish I was like me right now. But yeah, so I would say, you know, be you. Don't be scared of what other people think, what other people are gonna say. who cares? None of it's gonna matter. What's gonna matter is you not having regrets. So yeah. Number 19, you won't be young forever. That's so true. It's when you're young, you know, it's great because you have less wrinkles and everything's good, you know. Well, not everything's good, but you're not gonna be young forever. You're gonna get older. You're gonna get, it's gonna happen. Like you're not gonna be young forever. So I would say, with keeping that in mind, you have to know what you want to do, you know, and you want to do things that'll make yourself happy, and you're not living life with regrets, and you're living a life of service in a way. So yeah, I mean, I like when I was 18, I had so much energy and I had a lot more strength. Now I'm like not as, like, my stamina is not as good, like I'm not as like flexible, like I'm not as, so I think keeping that in mind, like take that advantage. Like when you're young, you do have a lot of advantages. Yeah, might not be the same situation as a person who's in their 30s or 40s, but you have a lot of advantages to being your age, and take those and turn them into gold, you know. So that's my thing. It's like you're not gonna be young forever. Not gonna be young. You're not gonna have the same, you know. So yeah, you're not gonna be the same. So you just have to keep that in mind. And when you do get older, you want to just be proud of yourself. So it's one thing. Don't take rejection to heart. You're gonna get rejected a lot in life, and when it's first starting out in real world, you know, rejection in relationships, rejections, whether it's jobs or whatever, it's gonna hurt. And I'm not gonna say it's not gonna affect you, and it's okay to be upset and sad, and I'm not saying not to bottle up your emotions, but don't let that get to your heart and sink you down, because you just gotta keep trying. When it's not like one door closes and another door opens, it's more like you have 100 doors. You don't know where that one thing is, one light bulb. So when you close one door, you're just more closer to eventually finding the door that does have the light bulb behind it. Light bulb or whatever. So I would say don't take rejection. Don't let that dull your spark. If anything, let it motivate you. Let it like give you that fire. So yeah, and rejection, like I said, they don't know everything. They could be wrong. So it's all good. In the end, it'll all be worth it. So don't take rejection. Just keep going. Just keep trying. And rejection is good. It's like fuel. Like it fueled me. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try harder. And so yeah, don't let success go into your head, and don't let rejection go into your heart. It's all good. It's all motivating. Okay, number 21. Experience will be worth more than material objects. Oh my gosh, so true. Like this is so true. Like you know, like that Gucci belt and those things, they're nice. Fancy car, those things are nice. I'm not gonna say they're not, but experiences are worth way more. When I look back and things like experience, those are the things that I'm like I smile. I'm not smiling at that handbag or those fancy shoes I got. I'm actually smiling at the people and the time and the experiences I enjoy. So experience, like life, like make memories. That's the most important thing. Quality over quantity. Oh my gosh. Like whether it's friends, whether it's whatever it is, I know it's hard because when you're young, you're not making a lot of money. But quality is so important. You'd rather have few good things than like a lot of bad things, because at the end they'll just be useless. Like I used to just buy everything, and certain things would just break down, and it's just so stupid. I ended up spending more money. So I think quality is important. Quality is key. And you know what? If you can't get it then, just wait. Quality is worth it. So that's, you know, that goes for relationships, but everything just in life. Quality is worth more than quantity. It really is. Okay. I'm just trying to, when I was young, I wanted to do a lot. I wanted to, like for example, my hair, I used to bleach it and color it, and I did like it. Like I had fun memories, but my hair was damaged. Like the quality of my hair was literally so bad. So I wish I just took care of my hair. Like, so I just, like you'd rather have like a good pair of shoe, like one shoe, than have like 10 shoes that are just nothing, Like now when I think to myself, like I don't even like, I think I bought like, when I was young, like bunch of makeup and stuff, and I don't even wear them that often. I mean, I like to play dress up and all of that stuff, but like it's like quality over quantity, and it's kind of hard because you're like, no, I want this, I want red, I want blue, I want yellow shirt, everything. And until you experience that and have it, and then you realize like I don't want any of this, and I just want a nice comfy sweater, like, or comfy hoodie or whatever, that like it's kind of, I mean, for me I had to waste my time and money and energy for me to realize. But I'm hoping that you guys probably won't have to do that you don't have to, its quality is more worth it, quantity is not. So because quantity will go away. Okay, number 23, we're getting there. I'm sorry, this is a long video. I didn't think it would be a long video. Okay, pay attention. A lot of the times we're not paying attention to how life is moving, how things are happening, what's going on. It's like we're all connected, and I think you need to just pay attention to little details. The devil is in the detail. I'm telling you guys, the devil is in the detail. This is like, anytime I did something wrong, it was those little details that I just overlooked, because I'm just like, boof, boof, boof. Like, details matter so much. So I would just say, pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to the world, pay attention to yourself. Sometimes we ignore ourselves. Like sometimes, like, I'll give an example, like your body is aching, like your legs are hurting, and you're like, whatever, but there might be something wrong. So I would say, pay attention more. It's fun to just escape too, but you have to pay attention. And I'm telling you, your life will get so much better when you pay attention. And we don't necessarily pay attention because it's not always great. It's not always good news, but the sooner you face it, the sooner you can make adjustments. Yeah, pay attention to what you're eating, what you're consuming, what you're doing. Why are you doing the things that you're doing? Like, always question. Like, we tend to have a bias, like you think you're unbiased, but a lot of the things that you do are based in bias. Like, you might do certain things because that's what you're used to, or that's what you're comfortable with, or that's what you're familiar. So it's always challenging what your bias is. So yeah, pay attention. And a lot of the times we think we know ourselves, or we know how other people see us, but it's until you see it, you have an eye opener, and you're like, oh, like, so yeah, pay attention. It's good. Okay. Have faith is my next one. Is a lot of the times it can be difficult, whatever you're doing, even just general day-to-day life. I would say just have faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith that things will get better. And that's just so key. When I look back to like where I was, even like, I don't even know, like certain things, like who I was as a person, I'm so proud of myself now. Like I'm so glad that I had faith, and I knew that things were gonna get better, and things did get better with me. And just have faith. Have faith that things will work out, things will, and you know what, everything is a lesson, but you gotta have faith. You just gotta have faith, and that's so key. Like, just believing. And I know, like, a lot of, now it's like manifestation, that's like a big like thing that everyone's talking about, and that's important too. But like, having faith is that extra layer, is saying that yeah, you want these things and you want to do these certain things, but will that happen? But like having faith, like yes, it will work out. This is what's gonna happen. And having faith, that's so important, because you gotta believe. If you don't believe, who else is gonna believe? I'm telling you, the world's not gonna believe it if you don't believe it. So have faith in yourself. Have faith. 25, change is good. It's good. Change is good. Sometimes we're forced for changes, and that's just life in its funny way, saying, you know what, if you don't want to change, I'm gonna make you change. And change is good. I'm telling you, you don't need to stick to a script, you don't need to stick to a plan, you don't need to stick to things. Change is good. It might be hard, but it's good. It's good, it's needed. So for me, like, knowing that change is good, if I knew that when I was younger, I probably wouldn't be so stubborn and just had different expectations or different things. I think I would have gone with the flow a lot more. And I think that accepting that change is good. Like, maybe I want to do this, but things don't work out that way, so I'll have to do things differently. That realization that I can't maybe do the same things as I once did, that's okay. So change is good. Change is beautiful. Health is so important. Yeah, it is. I wish I took better care of myself, you know, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, everything. I do love food, so that's hard to change, you know. But I just think, like, everything, what you allow yourself to go through, you know what I mean? Like, your health is so important. If you don't feel good, take care of your mental health first. So mental health is very important, and health is important. I know a lot of young people, they like to, you know, be a little bit reckless, but your health is so important. It's like, it's so important, and you can tell when somebody who did the work and who didn't. So health is important. When you get older, you realize, like, damn, like for me, I wished I was more active. I wish I was more, I wish I took better care of my hair. I am taking better care of my hair now. I wish I did better job of taking care of my skin. I wish I did a better job of how I took care of my teeth, because my teeth are pretty stained. So just, yeah. Don't wait for the right moment. Oh my gosh, this is so important. Like, don't wait for that moment. Like, right now is the right time. Like, we're always waiting, like, oh, I'm gonna wait until this happens, or I'm gonna wait. Like, if you keep doing that, you just end up waiting forever. Like, you just gotta make now the right moment. So it's never gonna be the right moment. It never is. Nothing is perfect. So you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. That's it. You just gotta do it. Like, for even me, for YouTube, I'm telling you, when I was in high school, like, how badly I wanted to do it, and it wasn't, I've talked myself out of, like, certain things I want to do. I'm like, oh no, I'm not ready yet. Let me wait and let me do this. But I wish I didn't wait. And your first videos are not gonna even be great. You know what I mean? But just do it. Just do it, because you're gonna learn faster. That's all. I wish I just didn't wait until certain thing was right or certain things were together. Like, that goes back to that whole thing where I wish things were already together before doing it. No, they will come together once you start doing it. So yeah, I would just say, don't wait for the right moment. Make that moment right. That's so important. And a lot of the times, like, it's also, this is one of my favorite things, is like Kobe, when he's playing, like, he has this quote where he's like, I'm tired right now, like, my body wants to give up, but this is not the moment I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna push myself through. I will have days where I can rest and relax, but right now is not the moment. Right now is the moment I push myself and I do what needs to be done. So make the moment right. So yeah, so kind of like, you know, don't wait to someone, or don't wait to do certain things. Like, do it now, and if you think that it's the right thing, you should do it. Okay, last but not least, these kind of sound so generic, but it's so true. Like, I can't reveal every little personal things about my life because it involves other people. It's just messy, and you know, truly, I don't want certain people to be affected, and even previous friends. Like, I don't want to bash people, I don't want to say things, I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I just genuinely, like, you just have to believe me when I'm saying these things, I can just think back to my life, and I wish I knew these things, and I wish somebody would have preached to me. It would have been nice. Okay, my last is never stop learning. Never stop learning. Like, always just keep learning, keep crafting. Never have that mentality like, oh, I know what I'm doing, this is right, I don't need to change. Like, there's always room for growth and learning and doing things differently. So I think that's the key, you know, is to always just learn and keep growing, keep improving, keep pushing yourself. And the more you know, the better you do. And so yeah, I would say just keep learning. Like, oh my gosh, I just wish I learned just certain things, like French. It was an example of saying, like, I mean, I could have been bilingual. Or even just cooking. I wish I was a better cook. I mean, I'm still learning at that, so hopefully I'll be able to entertain you guys, but because I'm still learning myself. So, but it's always good. It's always good to learn and grow as a person. And yeah, never stop learning. Never stop learning. Well, these are my advice that I would give to my younger self. Definitely, yes. If I could do that whole, write a piece of paper and let it fly out, and then open it and I find out. I wish I could do that. And I wished I loved myself a lot more when I was younger. And I wish I could give my younger self a hug. And I hope, you know, if you're a young person watching this, hopefully you were able to learn something. And yeah, so these are sort of the lessons I would give myself. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching.